Hello everybody and welcome to day 3 of our T-Rex training program. Today we're going to talk about another safety topic, and then I'm also going to discuss the breaststroke with you. What are the elements of that stroke, and what are some ways that you can practice those skills even though you're not able to be in the water. I was able to get into the pool area today with where I am, and so the water's next to me. It looks so good to see the pool filled up. Unfortunately though, they're not letting us get in the water just due to everything that's going on. But at least we get to see it. It's really cool just to be on the pool side and just kind of thinking about summer and swimming and just how much fun it is to have the opportunity to get in the water and practice these skills. So the safety topic for today is, oh geez, what is it again? I just had it in my brain. Look before you leap. That is what today's safety topic is. Look before you leap. So whenever you're jumping into a body of water, it's always a good idea to look at the water itself, just to make sure that you are remaining safe and that you're not going to put yourself in harm's way. So one thing that you want to do is make sure to look at the water, see if you can see the bottom. Okay, if you can see the bottom and you can clearly see how deep the water is, then you're safe to jump in and go. If you can't see the bottom, if it's really murky, then you need to use a lot of caution before you just jump in, because you don't know how deep that water is. And so you don't want to jump in feet first or dive in head first and not know how deep that water is, because if it's shallow water, you're most likely going to end up injuring yourself to where you're going to need some medical assistance. Okay, so look before you leap. So are there rocks in the area? What is the depth of the water? Is that water clear? Any other sharp objects, anything that you could cut yourself, gash yourself with? Are you going to be jumping in feet first, or are you going to be jumping in head first? So all things to think about before you're jumping into a body of water. So look before you leap. All right, awesome. So today we're going to talk about the breaststroke. What are the different elements of that stroke, and what are some things that you can do at home to practice these skills? So one thing that a couple things, right? So I'm going to talk about the arms first. What are your arms going to be doing, and then what are your legs going to be doing, and how do they come together to form a rhythm? So both breaststroke and butterfly are very rhythmic strokes. Okay, there is a just kind of a progression of how you do them to make you a fast swimmer in that stroke. Excuse me. So breaststroke. Your arms are up like this, so pretend like you're pushing off a wall. You're going into a nice tight streamline, okay? Once you're ready to swim, you're going to, and we say this in swim lessons all the time, you're going to make a pizza. All right, so you're making a circle with your arms. Notice how my hand and my forearms are pushing that water back. I'm going to be in a position to push that water back towards my feet. So you make a pizza, and then you slice it down the middle. So after you take that stroke and you're stopping at about your chest, you're going to shoot, recover your arms, and get ready to take that next stroke. Okay, so that's what your arms are doing. Okay, so you're making a pizza, cutting it down the middle. Another phrase that's often used is you're scooping ice cream. So scoop ice cream, take a bite, go out and get some more. Okay, so think about that with those strokes, and that's something you can just do at home, right? So just practicing right here as I'm doing it. Take that stroke, recover. Stroke, recover. Pushing that water back towards your feet, okay? So that's what your arms are doing. Your legs are going to be going up, out, and around. I'm gonna back up a little bit more so maybe you can see it. So up, out, and around. Up, out, and around, okay? So I'll show you laying down on my stomach as well. This is something that you can practice at home to try to master this skill. And this kick especially it's easier to do on land than it is to do in water, right? If you master it on land, that's awesome, but actually getting the opportunity to practice it in the water is where that is truly going to benefit you, okay? So if you have the opportunity to get into a lake, get into somebody's swimming pool, I highly encourage that you also try these skills in the water as well as on land, okay? So what you're going to do, you can just lay down on your stomach, okay? Lay down on your stomach. Your kick, it's up, so you want to be up like this. Notice how my feet are flat. I would be able to put a kickboard on them and balance it. That's how flat I want them. So I don't want you to be pointing your toes. I want you to flex to be just like this, okay? So that's up. The second step is out. So you're gonna let your legs shoot out. Toes, try to get your toes to point out, okay? That third step is the around. So you're snapping it all together, pointing your toes, getting your legs nice and straight once again, okay? So I'm gonna check to see what we got there. Good, so it looks like you could see me through all of those. I just wanted to check to make sure that you were able to see me with that camera view, okay? So I'm gonna do it sideways now just to show you it this way. So I'm gonna have my feet kind of hanging over the water. Got a bug? All right, so it's up, out, and around, okay? Up, so you should be able to balance a kickboard. Out, okay? So notice that my knees are staying in. All right, it's my toes trying to point outwards. I'm not the most flexible with this, but your toes should be pointing in opposite directions. Notice how my feet are still kind of flat, because when I go around, I'm gonna be pushing that water with the bottom of my feet, okay? And then last but not least, right, so I'm out, my third step is around, okay? So that's where I'm pushing that water back to my feet, I am getting my legs completely straight, and I'm pointing my toes. So the kick, up, out, around, okay? So, I've talked about the pull, I've talked about the kick. Where does that rhythm come in? What is the rhythm of that breaststroke? 4 steps. So, pull, breathe. So you're gonna, when you pull and you're about to scoop, you're gonna lift your head, point your chin to breathe. Then you kick, and as you're kicking, you're shooting your arms out into that glide. So the 4 steps are pull, breathe, kick, glide. Pull, breathe, kick, glide. All right? So there you have it. Those are the 4 steps of breaststroke. All right? So you know that those arms, you're scooping that ice cream or you're making that pizza, and then recovering down the middle. That kick, you're going up, making sure that your foot is flat. Out, so keep your knee in, but those toes are pointing outward. And then around, snapping those legs together, pointing those toes. All right? And then the rhythm of that breaststroke is pull, breathe, kick, glide. All right, pull, breathe, kick, glide. One thing to keep in mind, once you come up for that breath and you point that chin, when those arms are shooting back out to recover, put that head back down in the water, making sure those eyes are looking straight down at the bottom of the pool. So I would suggest that you try this on your own. All right, so just bend over at the waist, try that pull motion with that breaststroke. All right, so making that pizza, cutting it down the middle, scooping that ice cream, taking a bite, and then going back out for some more. Then I'd have you lay on your stomach, try that kick, that up, out, and around, okay? And then at the very end, see if you can do it standing up like I just did, where you're here, and then it's pull, breathe, kick, glide, okay? You can also do a bending over, right? Pull, breathe, kick, glide, and you're only able to do it with one leg, obviously. You gotta use that other leg to stand, okay? That's what we have for today, all right? So look before you leap, and then all the elements of that breaststroke. Tomorrow, or in the next day, all right, so day 4, we are going to talk about another safety topic, and then we are also going to talk about the butterfly, okay? So that's the last of the competitive strokes that we haven't talked about yet. So we'll talk about butterfly in the next day. All right, see you next time.